So, any question from yesterday's work? If no question, I think we can just proceed. And I think we left at a point where we were doing some analysis on data frames. So yesterday we were able to check head method, the tail. I think also we covered the info method. Lewis, what do we say info method is used for?
Hello, James. I didn't catch the question. Well, come again.
Okay, I'm asking what is the method info used for?
Or to return the overview of the data, the info, more information about the data.
I think that's right. So I think also yesterday we were able to check how to fix some empty cells, and we said that you can do that by by replacing the empty cells with just a random value, and also I think that is what we did yesterday. So I want us to see how we can also maybe replace empty cells with mean, mode, and median. So let's see how we do that. And I'm hoping by now you guys are able to read a CSV data file. Um, uh, yeah, let's check that. And we are saying that to replace an empty value, uh, one column, specify the column name. I think even we did this, but we're going just to redo it. And I think we have an example over here. We replace a null value in the calories column with number 130. I think we did that yesterday, but for the sake of those maybe who did understand, let me just repeat that. So you're going to start by reading the data file. I think I should share with you guys this data, the data file. I think I forgot to share that, but I can share it right now, so that at least all we can have the same data set. So let me just share that. Very fast. It is just here. Data sets. I'm hoping it is this one. So let me just share this. Yes, this is the data set. We'll have the duration, the pass, the max pass, and the calories burned. So let me share this data set with you. and share it in the WhatsApp. You have the you can check at the WhatsApp group. I think you should download that. So after downloading the file, I want us to upload it in our working bench here. And how we do that is very simple. We are going to upload it in this sample data over here, this folder. So you're just going to put your cursor on this sample data folder, and then just click these three buttons, then upload. It's uploading. Just give it time to upload. I think it's just right here. So I think you can work with this data set. And the first step will be to import the pandas. Import pandas SPD. So the second thing is to read the data. So you can do that by df is equals to pd dot read underscore csv. Just right here. It should be csv. Then you're going to read the path here. Copy the path, reset share. You can check if you have the data. And I think we have the data. So up to that point, are we together? I think up to that point we are good. Mariwa? Are you able to load the data? Sorry?
Bado, I'm not able. I'm not okay. I'm able, but sija upload ndo niko kwa process.
Okay. Who has loaded the data set? Sorry, too fast. Lewis, are you able to load the data set?
In the process.
Okay. Who has managed so far? Lucy?
I've just started uploading.
What about Rose and Steve?
For me, I'm in the process, though I'm having some internet challenges.
Oh, okay. So I think I should give you just 2 minutes to upload that so that you can move together. Okay, I think we should be good for those of us who have managed to download, to upload. I mean, so what we are trying to do is replacing. Let us just go back here. We are trying to replace only for specified columns. So I think that is what we are going to do here. And the syntax for doing that, it's quite simple because we just have to import the pandas as PD, then we import our data set, and then you're just going to specify the column that you want to specify, the column that you want to replace all the null values with a random value. So and then we're just going to have another parameter where that is in place that is equals to true. This one will enable us to confirm that that we have indeed we have an empty cell. So I think we can just copy this and use it down here. Let's see this. It should be somewhere here. I think it should be this one, right? So you're just going to copy paste that, and in this case, we just want to replace all the empty cells for calories column with a value that is 130. So I think you can just before even we replace the empty cells, maybe we can check how many of how many empty cells that we have in calories column. So let us just maybe try to check the first 20 columns, the first 20 columns, the first 20 rows of data. So we are just going to use the head function. Should be head 20. Then we just try to print this. Oops. Try to print this and see the first 20 rows of data. And I noticed that column number, no, row number 17, we have an empty cell here. So let's see what is going to happen when we replace that with 130. So very first, let's do that. Let us just do we uncomment that and try to run this. But after running, I think we should now try to print again. And you notice that on row number 17, we have the empty cell replaced with 130. That is how we replace specific columns. Data we replace specific cells in a specific column. So the first thing is to, okay, let me just take you through the syntax. So the first thing is to identify your data, the data set name, or the variable that holds your data, which is in this case is df. Then you're just going to use the squared bracket, and then you replace the name of the column that you want. In this case, you just want the calories, and you should replace that one inside the speech marks. So after that, you have a dot operator, and then you invoke the fill method, and then in that method you're just going to put the value that you want to replace the cells with, and then use this parameter in place is equals to true. If you were to change this one to maybe false, you notice that the output that we are going to get uh, is that we are not going to like to be able to replace that empty cell with with a value. That's why we are setting this one to true. Are we good up to that point? I think that is quite simple to follow. Uh, you notice when you are doing some reasonable data analytics, it's not advisable like for you to replace the empty cells with just random numbers, because they might affect the results of your analysis. So we have some techniques to use when maybe you want to replace those empty cells with some values. So like in this case for calories, we can maybe you can try to check we can fill all the empty cells with the mean for this column, or maybe mode for this column, or maybe uh, the median for this column, so that at least you cannot deviate so much from the values that we have in the column. And what comes next is that we are going to see how you can do that, maybe by replacing all the empty cells with some reasonable values such as median, mode, or median. So let us see that. I think the first thing is to know how to calculate mean for a certain column. I think that one is quite easy. Again, we have a method for that, and it's just right here. Let's see that. It's just right here. This is the syntax. We are saying this. A common way to replace empty cells is to calculate mean, median, or mode value of the column. So we are saying that Pandas uses mean method, median method, and mode method to calculate the respective values for specified columns. And I think you're just going to start with the mean, and how we calculate mean for a certain maybe for a certain column is just quite easy. Let's see how we do it. Good. I think you can just put a comment here, replacing an empty cell with a random value for specified or a specific column. And that is the syntax. So the other thing that you're going to do is you can just copy this. Let me just copy that. Use it here. But now in this case, you are going to replace empty cells with a mean value of a column for a specific column. So the first step here is to calculate the mean. And how we find the mean, you can just write the word mean is equals to, and then the first thing you specify the variable that holds your data. In this case is df, and then you put your square bracket, and then you just have to specify the column. In this case we just want the calories, and then you are going to use the dot operator again, dot, then you invoke the mean method. Mean should be mean method. So if we were to print out the mean, we are going to get a value here. Let me show you. Maybe we can have text here to specify that this one is a mean. So we can have mean. Oh, okay, I reloaded the screen, but it's okay. So mean. Then I'm going to print the mean here. So let us just see this. If we run this. Oops, I think I'm missing a comma here. Not here, but in between the closing speech mark and the mean itself. So you notice that you are getting a value here, and this is the mean for the calories column. So I think now we can just replace the empty cells with this value. So and how we do that, I think you can just comment out that, but still you can use it down here. But in this case now we are not going to use 130, but we are going to pass in the mean, the variable mean. This holds the value for our mean here. So if we were to run this, you notice that that is row number 17. Now we have the value for our mean, right? It's just as simple as that. Any question? Yeah, are we together? Any question after that?
Jim,
That yes, Mario.
yeah, kindly repeat the process because I had dropped off at some point because of my internet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
So Mario, we were saying that instead of replacing empty cells with just random values, it's we have some techniques of finding some reasonable values. And how we get those values is maybe by using the mean of that column. Like in this case, we are focusing on the calories column. So if you want maybe to replace just an empty cell in the calories column, you can calculate the mean and use it to fill that empty cell. And we said that our first step to doing that, of course, is just you must start by importing pandas. You read your file. After that, you calculate the mean, and this is how we calculate the mean. So you are saying that mean is equals to, again, you are referring to our data frame, which is a DF here. Uh, and in this DF, we just focusing on these calories. And that is why we are putting calories inside the square bracket. And even we go on and specify the column, that is the calories. After that, we have a mean method, and we use it. So it's dot the mean method. So all of these is going to give us the mean for this column. And even before we press that, I think I had just printed out the mean. If I was to rerun that, you notice that I'm getting mean is equals to 375 dot 79 0 and then some numbers. So this is the value that we want to replace all the empty cells in this column. And you notice that column number 17, no, row number 17 has an empty cell. So our focus is here. We want to replace this null value with a value. In this case, it's the mean of that column.
Okay.
So we go ahead and replace that. This is the syntax for replacing that. And the first thing we are doing here, you notice is again using the df, and then we specify the column. But in this case now we are going to use the fill now method. I think we had said that yesterday. So dot fill now method again. But in this method we are going now to pass I think initially we were just passing the random value here. But in this case now we want to use this mean. So we are going to pass the mean, and then the other parameter in place is equals to true. And now if we happen to run this, we are getting that at row number 17, we are getting the null value is replaced with a value. In this case, the mean of this column.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that one is okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. And that applies for mode and also median. Just quite a similar process. So in case you want to, but you can do it if you guys want. Let's just put hash here, and we say that this one is mean. Let's have for mode, and then at your free time you are going to do the median, right? Good. So the first thing is to calculate the. I think this one should come here. Okay. Good. We can calculate the mode here. Again, we start by having the mode variable, or you can just call it the way you want. But in this case, I'm just calling it mode. Then I'm going to use the df again. I use again square brackets. Inside here, I just want to specify the column. Is calories in this case, and then dot the mode method. I think I should just comment out this. I don't want it to run. Yeah, let us just try to print out the mode. you can just try to run this to see the mode for that column. And you can see, let's check that it is still running. Let's just give it some few minutes. And I'm assuming that you guys know what is mode, what is mean, and also what is median from your basic maths or basic statistics. You can just try to run that again. I don't know why it is taking much time. Lewis, I think you have a question.
Suggestion. I think maybe it's taking a lot of time because you haven't specified what mode you want to return. You see, mode can take a lot of numbers. See, mode is the most repeating numbers. You can find maybe we have 2 or more repeating numbers.
Oh, in this case, but I think even I have an error in the code because I can see. I think I have an error here. Let us just see. Oh, what is the error? Uh, let's see this. The calories. Oh, yeah. I have an error here because I wrote calories instead of calories. Oops. I should be calories. Yeah. Let us just try to run this once more. I think, yeah, we have the models 300. Yeah, I think we have the models 300, and this is the value that you want to replace with the cell with. So I think I can just uncomment that. Again, you have to specify the column which is calories, and then in this case, you just want to use this method for filling null values. So dot fill null, and then you specify the value that you want to replace with. That is the mode, which is this one, and then in place you just put in place true. So if I run this and then I check our row number 17, did that run? Well, let me just see that. Let us see that. We have mode, calories, we have print. I think we have a warning here. Let us see this. We are told that future warning, a value is trying to be set on a copy of data frame or a series through chained assignment using in place method. For example, when doing div or very press true, try using does this mean that this is our new syntax? You can just try it out. Now things in tech, they change too fast. Let's just try out this. Uh, that syntax is looking just weird. Let me just check this. So we have if and then the column value in place. I think this one is quite different, but we can just try it out because the part we should change is this one. Um, just right here, that's it. We are saying we specify the column is carries. I'm assuming this should be with some sort of but this one is looking weird. But let us give it a try. No, not yet. I think let's see what they are trying to tell us again. Yeah, I think we should check the. I think you should be checking the pandas version 3.0. If you're using pandas 2.9 or something. I think there is some few changes because I can see that we have some few changes here. Color is mode, impress show. Just try it. It should be that. Um, let's just change that into underscore. Okay, let me check what about the median. Median. I think even median is bringing some issues. But in this case, we should just use the median. I think with median is okay. Where we are getting the median is 318. Lucy, come on. You have a question. Lucy?
Okay. For that, I've tried with the syntax I've pasted in the message, and it has worked at the mode where you specify that the mode should not be zero. It has worked. Maybe you can try that.
Okay, let's see that syntax. Um, let me check that in the in-call messages.
Yes.
Oh, you have specified that the mode should not be zero, right? Yeah, oh yeah, you can see you have it. Is oh good. I think that is it. Uh, so let us just try it out. Because we might maybe be having cases where we don't have maybe a mode, right? I think that one makes sense. So let us just specify that. So this one just means that in cases where we don't have mode, we replace that empty cell with a zero. Good. I think that is a good option. So let us just write out mode. Good. Then it just replace. Let us just check this. Yeah, I think it worked. Yeah, thank you, Lucy. Yeah, this means that in cases where we don't have mode, we're just going to use zero, right? That is why we're using this zero over here. And I think even I've done for the median. So I think you guys you are lucky that I did even the the median part. There is a question from Lewis Gatimo. Lewis,
Hello, James,
yes,
I have a question.
yes, ask.
When I was doing my small research
Yes,
on why we were placing that zero on the mode,
yes,
I saw that it is they were saying like if in case you have numerous mode, because mode can be many repeating numbers,
yes.
we pick the first
The first one.
the one that index zero. Yes.
What about in cases where we don't have mode?
Uh, can we lack mode?
Of course.
I'll check on that.
Okay, I think you should maybe extend your research. What if you don't have mode in that case? But again, the issue of indexing is quite it's quite right. So it's okay. Yeah, I think you can argue from that perspective. But I think that is it with the replacing empty cells with mode, mean, and median. Any question? Or maybe someone who is seeking some clarification on that. So we are still in the process of data cleaning, and those are just some of the techniques that we should maybe use to some of the techniques that you should maybe use to replace empty cells in your data sets. So the other part is I think you have gone through all these. Replacing values. Let's see that. Trace zero. I think even I had included that here in an example. So Lucy, did you copy that from here? Lucy,
Yes,
did you copy that from here? I think you went ahead
I'm not really.
and read these notes. Huh?
I'm not really. I've just researched where we were having errors.
Okay.
That's why I got there.
Okay, I think that's good. Um, yeah, so well, let us just continue with our data from format.
Jem,
Yes.
me, I have a problem.
What is the problem, Mario?
Mi yangu inanipea tu error ingine hata sijui.
Okay, can you share your screen so that maybe we can help you?
Okay.
Usiachwe nyuma.
Sana. Thank you.
Yes, just share your screen so that you can have Emily helping Mario. Have you shared your
Are you
screen?
able to see my screen?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sharing.
Okay.
Are you able to see it?
Let me check that. I think you can just focus on the. Okay, good. I think you can see it.
Okay. Sasa ona error yenye nanipea aki.
This one is not a big one.
Mhm.
But I think all of us we can just check through this code so that we can check where there is an error. Can you scroll up? Mario, you can just scroll
Yes,
up. Yes, scroll up.
I'm scrolling.
So there, okay, I think up to that point.
I started from here.
Yes, let us just
I
check.
started from here.
Okay, let's just see this. Were you able to read the data? Did you confirm that you have the data with you?
Yeah, I first read the data, but when I tried to now look for the mean, that's when I started getting the errors.
But are you
So
able
right now, when I try to reread the file again, now it's giving errors.
to give you some errors?
Yes.
Yes, I can see why. Because you're using, uh, yes, you don't have mean. Actually, you have not defined mean, and you're trying to use it in this line over here. So, and
Okay.
comment this line where you have mean is equals to div calories. This line over here, line number, yeah, this line.
Yes.
Can you uncomment that?
Mm-hmm. So I rerun it.
No. I want you to remove this hash before mean. Mean is equals to.
Mean is equals to.
Can you see where you have hash, then mean is equal to?
DF.
Line number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Line number 6 of your cell.
Yes, I've removed the hash. The comment.
Okay. Can you try to rerun that?
Still giving error.
And I don't know why your screen is not responding on my side. I don't know if it is the same for everyone.
Okay.
Can you just try to reshare again?
Okay. Able to see it?
Yes, I think now you're able to see it. You can see I've made some changes. Yes, now what you should change next is where you have print. Just comment out the second last line. You can comment it out.
Okay.
Then just try to rerun that. Then we see if we are going to get an error. Oops.
This error about topple something. I don't know.
Object is not callable. Oh, okay. Okay, Ruth, did you? We see that. Oh, you have a problem here. Oh, yeah, you are trying to print this PDF. Can you comment this line number 4 from the top?
The print DF.
Yes. Okay, try to rerun now. You want to see the output that you are getting. Oh, no, you don't have an output.
Yeah, but at least it may run.
It may run,
So
but
if
you don't have
maybe
the output. Okay, can you just I want to see this print. What is this? Print? Is this a dot?
which one?
A print dot head, then 20.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I think you should first of all let's check if you have the data. Can you try to print DF without any other? You can just remove the head part, because I'm assuming that you don't have the data set with this. Just try to print the DF. Okay. Yes, I think you don't have the DF. Can you just can you see where you have a folder on your left?
Yes.
And you click that. Let's see what you have. Okay. Okay. Can you copy path? I want you to copy that path in above
Yeah.
where you have the pd.read. That is you can press it there. Okay. Can you just try to print again? Again, you have an error. Let's read the error. You see what is it?
Tuple object is not callable.
Okay, okay. I think you can just okay. Can you go up? Go up. Just scroll up. Did just try to check where you could have a problem. No, that one cannot affect that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just share this code with you.
Okay.
And you can just place it there. You see, if maybe you have an issue with.
Okay.
Let me share some. I can share with you this
So
the whole of this. In the in-call messages, you can just check.
on WhatsApp
No.
or in call messages.
In-call
Okay.
messages. just right here. Just press, you can just copy that and press it in that cell very fast.
Okay.
Then you just try to run. If you get a problem, let us know, right?
Okay.
Yes, in the meantime, you can just be to delay the other part of discussion. I think that was that. Um, yeah, let us just continue with data cleaning. And the other part of data cleaning is cleaning data with wrong format. And let us just see what is wrong format in data. So we are saying that convert into a correct data format. Okay, in our data frame, we have two cells with the wrong format. We're going to check the row number 26 and 22. And we have, yeah, in the date column, should be a string that is representing a date. So if you want, I think this one is a different data set. I think there is a data set that I was using yesterday. Let me just upload it here for the sake of today's discussion. You can upload it here. So, what was that data set? Okay, there's somewhere here. Let me just I think I had another data set. Data set. I think it's here. There is a data set that we were using yesterday. I don't know if I can trace that. Let's see what we have here. Yes, I think you can just read this. So let us just have a new cell here. And in this cell, I just want us to have cleaning data with the wrong format. And in this case, we're just going to check the date column. So the first thing we said is to import Pandas SPD. The other part is to have your DF. Good. I think that one is. I can just read this very fast. Oops. Just want to copy the file. Very fast. I think before we do anything, we can just check to see we have our data set here. So we can have df dot add. I think you can just have the first 20 rows. I think you can just try and print this. Just, print this. We should be able to have an output. And we have it. So you notice here that we have some Again, we have some empty cells here. That is number 6. You have row number 6. You have row number 14. Yeah, I think for the first 20 rows, we have those two rows with null values. Let us just see what you're going to do with those format. So we are saying that I think you can just now choose to use just 6 and let me just confirm that. What is this? That is 6 and 14. You can just change that. What is this? Cleaning data. I think it's just here. You can press this one to 6 and 14. The date column should be a string that represent a date. To convert all cells in the date column into dates, I think we have the pandas has to_date time method, and this method will always convert all the data in the date column. It's going just to change that one into date format, because as per for now, this one is just a string. If you were to check this one is just a string. In fact, if you were to check the type of the data in this column, it is a string. But now I want us just to convert this one into the date format, such that when maybe you check the type, it will give you a date. It will give you a date type. So, and that one is just quite easy because we have a function again for doing that. And that method is the date, the to_date time, this one. And then you just have to specify the column that you want to change the format. It's just that quite easy to do that, because you notice that if you can just have that. Let us just copy this example. You can just bring it here. If you have already read the data set, let's just delete that. We have that. So we have the df, and then we just specify the date column, which is date, and then we set it to is equals to the pd.toDate, and then we specify the column. And then we go ahead and also stringify our data type. So I think we can just run through these. That we have you must have a date problem here, because this one should be date in small letter. I think should be a date, date. So you can just run through that. Oops. Let me check the columns that we have. Oh, it's supposed to be dates, not date. I should be dates. I think you can just run. Again, we have an issue. Let's check what is the issue. Yes, we have out of bound nanoseconds timestamp. That is at position 97. Oops. But we have 26 May, that one. I think this one is just reading the date backwards, right? Should have been maybe something like 1923 or something. These are some of the issues that I'm talking about now. You can just proceed to. Let us just move to this line and see what we have. df.tail. I say that you want to see the last 50. You can just comment out this. We are told on 90, is it 91? Oh, 97, sorry. Yes, we have a date that is reading, that is 3192. I think you can just drop this, column, this row, I mean. And what was the syntax for dropping these rows? Can someone remind us? We want to drop row number 97. Can we have someone? We want to drop, let me, hash drop row 97. How are we going about that? Anyone? How do you drop a row? You can have df is equals to
The drop now function.
yes, using the drop now. Okay, give us the syntax. So we have our new df. Let's just have new df is equals to
Df dot drop now.
df dot drop. Now we want to drop a specific row. In this case, 97. How are we doing that? Lewis, we're waiting for you.
Yangu imeishia hapo.
Any person to help? I think you guys you're not checking your notes well, because we had this in the previous lecture.
I think you write 97 inside the bracket.
Inside here, 97.
Yes.
An index. So you're passing in an index, right? So let us just try to print out this and see if we have that one dropped. Should be D if not DT. we have an error.
You should enclose the index in square brackets.
Yes, yeah. I was waiting for that. 97. Just to show that this one is an index, right? But still we have an issue. Let's see what is the issue. We have a data frame, drop not takes one position. We have to let me see that. I have the drop now. Okay, I'm missing something on let's see this. I think we had that in
James,
yes.
I think you should not use drop now. I think that will check for if it has a null value. I think
Yes.
you can just use drop only.
Drop with that.
Yes, yes. Check that if it will work.
But you said we are using drop now.
Makosa kidogo, makosa kidogo.
Now is for null values, right? In
Yes.
this case, we just want to drop a row. So I don't know how is taking much time to run. Or is it internet or something? I mean, some issues with the internet. I think now we have it right because now we don't have the line 97, right? So I think we should now be able to proceed with our converting date. But in this case now we are going to use the new df new underscore df I just try to modify this one underscore df. So you notice that now we are using the new df and not our initial df, because the initial df still have the row number 97. So I think we can just run these and see, and now I think it's just running successfully. Of course, you don't expect like to see the changes, but if now you were to check the type of these the data type for these for this column, it will have changed from it will have changed from now just a string to date type, and that is it. How we just convert that. I'm assuming that maybe in cases where you want to use the date, maybe to search for a certain date, maybe to, yeah, maybe searching for a specific date. And you notice that if this one is not in date format, you might not be able like to get that. But in this case now we have converted this line into into date format. The other thing is you should now be able to replace this with a date. You can just use a random date in this case, and And I think you are doing that by doing what? I think you can just replace, let us just replace this. Replace null values with a random date. I think you can just have to specify it. Even we have it here. The filling now, and then we specify the date, and then we shouldn't have that one as 2020. We can have 2024. So when we run this again, you notice that now we don't have empty cells. Right, meaning that this column is now clean. It doesn't have any empty cell. It is converted to date type. Yeah, and that is how we do that. We do change. We convert this one from string to date format. I think you can just try it on your machines, and because I showed you how to check the type. I think you guys you can remember how you were checking the type of data using the type function. Again, that is not something that I have to do here, but maybe you can check. The other part is what else should we cover in here? I think we are done with the wrong format. We are saying wrong data. Let us just check the wrong data. We are saying that wrong data does not have to be empty cells or maybe wrong format. It can just be wrong. Like we have a case here. Like if someone registered like 199 instead of 1.99. So this one is a wrong data, right? In case where we needed to put maybe 1.99, and we just maybe put 19.19, no 199. Assuming you have data that has the heights of people, and maybe you are recording that height using the feet measurements. I'm sure you don't expect someone to be more than maybe 10 feet. But I think I don't know the tallest guy in Kenya. I don't know how many feet. What is his height in feet? But for a normal person, you don't expect maybe a normal person just to have more than maybe 14 feet, or maybe, and then maybe let's say you are measuring some height, and maybe you record a height of 20 feet. Instead of this one should be instead of maybe 2.0, right? So instead of putting 2.0, you put 20. So in that case, 20 is a wrong data. Okay, sometimes also you can spot wrong data by looking at the data set because you have an expectation of what it should be. Like I have just said that maybe you are checking through your data set, and then maybe you find 20 instead of maybe 2.0 in a data set where maybe you are just recording the heights of people. So you're saying if you take a look at our data set, you can see that maybe row 7, the duration. Okay, we have another data set that we are using, the calories data set. I think it's just right here. This data. And we are referring to row number, just referring to row number 7. I don't know. Let me check that. First 25, and and we are referring to row number 7. So this one is 0s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Just right here. I don't know if it is this data set, but we are saying that if we look at data set row number 7, let's see, is the duration is 450, but for all other rows, the duration is between 30 and let me just check that. Maybe it's the data set that we are looking for. I think I corrected that. It was maybe 450. Then we just changed that one to 45. Only wanted some cleaning. But that is it. So let us just read that case. You can see that row number 7, the duration is 450, but for all the other rows, the duration is in between. In between, let me just see that. Is in between 30 and 60. In case for a duration where we have a range of duration 30 to 60, and then maybe you find a value that is 450. Of course, that one again is a wrong format, is a wrong data again. So we continue to say that it does not have to be wrong, but taking consideration that is that this is a data set of someone's workout session, we conclude that with the fact that this person did not work out for 450 minutes, which is like 450 minutes is around, I think when you divide this one by 60, the mathematicians in the class, what is this? It should be something around 7.5 hours or something. You cannot work out for 7 hours. That one, I don't think that one is normal. And again, we will just notice that that one is just a wrong data. So let us just see how we replace values. And one way to fix wrong values in place is to replace them with something else. And in our example, it's likely that we had a typo. Of course, this one must be maybe a typo in that case, and we just have to insert the right data, which is 45. I think the this data set, I think we corrected that in the previous cohort. I think that is why we have 45 at row number 7. Um, how we do that? How we do replace? We do replace that is using the log. The log. I think we learned about the log functionality or attribute of pandas, and you just have to have your div dot log, and then you specify the location, which in this case was row number 7, and then you specify the column and then the value. I think you can just try out this one with our data set here. Let's see this. I just have an example here, just to make sure that the syntax works out. Let's have here something replacing wrong data. So in this case, I think you can just maybe you can have what should we replace? Let's say that we want to replace all the values in the duration column, not to exceed not to exceed not to exceed 99. And for those values that are greater than 99, I think we can replace them with a certain value. So let us see how we can do that. And let's see that. So in this case, we just want the duration part. And just try out that. So in this case, I just want to I'll just use a for loop and an if statement just to check. For the for loop is to loop through our column, and we are saying that for x in the new df dot index, and we want to, if the new df dot log x, and in this case we are checking the x in this case is the duration, right? And we want to replace where we have values greater than 90, let's say 95. We want to replace that one with maybe a value of 62. So in that is we're using here a condition. So if the new df dot log, and then we pass in our x here, and then we pass the duration. If it is greater than 95, we replace it with 62. And if you can see that in our row number 3, we have the value of duration as 99, which is greater than 95, and we have row number 4, or we have 104.12. So let's see if we are going to change that. So if we run this, I don't know where we have an issue. Let's look at the that note. We have instead of string, instead of that. I think we have a problem with the data types. I'll just see through that. So in this case, duration is not a string. Let us just see that. Let us just see what is the problem, because we're saying if the if the new div dot log, then you're saying x, it should be able to work for us. I'm assuming we have that column. Okay, then let me just try to let me just comment out this and see if we have access to the new df. df dot. Let us just say we have access to this duration. One duration. I need just try to print out this. Let's see if we're able to. Let me just comment on this. I think you're able to access this. And that if you're able to access that, it means that we should be able to look through that. Okay. Let us just see the I don't know what is the issue here. Okay, maybe let me just try to change out this. We have duration. We want to check if this one is greater than 95. We just want to replace that and new value here. Let's just see this. Another problem of data type or some omitting a set a column. An issue. Let us just have a simple rephrase. This one will just disturb us. Let's just have the F. Yes, I think you can just replace the index number 3 with value 16. See if this one works. That is number 3 duration. That is 99. Maybe is the new DF. Let's see if that one works. Yes, and I think we're able to change that one to 60. Yes, I think we are able to change that one to 60. But you can make it even complex, as what I was just trying to do. Maybe you try to look through, because now you know how to use loops. You can just try to look through the data and even change, customize the duration column, or maybe the calories burned column. So I think that is that, with replacing wrong data with some variable data. Use the log method, the log attribute of pandas. So I think having said that, we can just shift to, I think, the last part of our discussion. Yes, it should be the last part of our discussion. I think we have gone through these, removing rows. I think we saw how you can just remove rows. I think what is left is maybe to maybe removing duplicates, and that one is just quite easy, because again we have just a simple, we have a function for that. We have a duplicated method that is used to remove duplicates, and it's just quite easy, because you just have to specify your data frame, and I think you can just try out that. I don't know if in this data set we have some repeated values. Good. I think we have, yeah, we have row number. We have row number 7, row number 8, row number 9, where we have duration as 51, 51, 51, right? If you can just remove, the duplicate in this row, or in the entire data set. So let us just see how we do that. Um, if you were to use just duplicated, maybe print the new df dot duplicated. This one will remove all the all the what? This one is just used to check the duplicated values. But if you want to, we are going to get we are going to get true if maybe a row has a duplicated value, and false if you don't have a duplicated value. But if now you want to remove them, uh, there is a method that is called drop underscore duplicate method. This one. This is the method that you're going to use to remove all the duplicates. So it's just quite easy. You just have to use your df. Let us just see this. Uh, at this point, let us just use it here. Let us just have this removing all the duplicated values in a dataset. In this case, we are using the drop underscore duplicated method. That is just quite easy. In this case, we just want to just use to drop all the duplicated values in our new data frame, and you can see that you're using new underscore df dot drop all the duplicates. In place, we are setting it to true. So if you want to run this code, you notice that you are going to remove all the duplicates in our data set. So like in the cases we had like 351s, they are all removed. So in this case, you cannot, in this data set now, you cannot see any duplicate values. I think you can just move uh, further and maybe even specify uh, the column that you want to remove the duplicate from. It's just quite easy because you're going to specify the index, the index for index for the no, you're going just to name the column that you want to remove duplicate values. Um, the other thing is I think that one is set. And I think that is it with this lecture. I think we have at least covered all the parts, all the concepts that we want to cover in Pandas. Um, so what I can urge you guys is you can go through these notes once more, and even try to check the examples that we did check, like this one. Let's say that you want to look through all the data in a specific column and even change some values to suit your case. So I think that is that. Make use of the for loops, the if statements, the condition statements, so that maybe you can be able to change your data or maybe convert your data to some reasonable maybe data set. I think having said that, that comes to our end of our discussion today, and our discussion about pandas. But that is not the end of pandas. I think you can check from the documentaries. We have a documentation. Sorry, not documentary, but we have a documentation for pandas. I think you have seen, guys, that we have now. We have the version 3.0. I think things are going fast. The last time I checked, the documentation was around 2, I think 2.9 or something. So it's always good to check the newer version of Pandas or even any other library. So in our next class or in our next lecture, we are going to check something different, a different library. That is called NumPy. That is numbers and Python. Call it NumPy. Yeah. So any question with Pandas? Any question?
Hello, James.
Yes.
No, the file you used, the last file that you've used,
Yes.
where did you save it? Did you post it to the WhatsApp?
Or the data or the exercises.
The exercises. The
I think
exercises file.
I can share that file with you guys if you want.
Kindly.
Yes, I'll share that.
Okay.
Yes. Any other question? Or maybe a concern? Rose, do you have any question? I think Rose, you have been so quiet in these lectures.
Oh, I'm okay.
You're good.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I think that is it with Pandas. I think we can just drop off and share the recording, and you guys go through these notes because there are so many examples that we didn't go through because of time. So you can again take your time to go through it. So let us see each other tomorrow. Yeah, have a good night.